Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to program Insight in V News English. Dear viewers, Pakistani province of Balochistan is confronting with a fresh wave of terrorism. On last Saturday, there have been coordinated attacks by Band Balochistan Liberation Army on provincial capital Quetta and on many other Balochistan cities. But due to the effective and swift response by Pakistani security forces, their attack was thwarted. However, in line with the defense of the territory and the country, more than 15 soldiers of the security forces embraced martyrdom. More than 20 people, civilians, embraced martyrdom, and approximately more than 190 terrorists were neutralized. In today's conversation, we will discuss all aspects of terrorism in Balochistan, particularly this fresh one. What are the linkages? What is the objective and rationale of Balochistan Liberation Army? And over the last 48 hours, we are listening to a new concept, that is India-Israel nexus behind unrest and disturbance and high-profile terrorist activities in Balochistan. We are fortunate to have with us former caretaker Prime Minister of Pakistan, long-term parliamentarian who hails from Balochistan, Mr. Anwaar Kakar. He's right in our studios. Very warm welcome
Thank
to
you for having
program.
me.
Pleasure to have you. What exactly is happening in Balochistan in the context of the Saturday coordinated attacks by BLA?
Well, actually, if I could summarize it, I think so. We are facing an armed rebellious order. And this armed rebellious order has a political goalpost to achieve. That is the craving out of from a current geography of Pakistan and creating a new nation state based on Baloch ethnicity. And in order to achieve that, they feel that armed struggle is justified and vindicated. And when they say armed struggle, it is not that normal left-oriented, which there was once also a communist-inspired guerrilla groups. The tactics have also evolved in such movements. When I say the tactics have evolved, they have started, or they used to do the traditional assassination, kidnappings for ransom, some more criminal activities. But now the level of lethality which they have seen amongst different groups across the globe, the phenomena of suicide bombing. The inspiration has been taken from the playbook of Tamils and Al-Qaeda and Daesh. So in methodology, they are same. Ideologically, they will differ. But the danger lies over here that the followers of such sort of a radicalized following, the ideologies change, you never know, with the change of heart and with the change of intention. When there is less appetite for one ideology and you have been trained in certain methodology, that methodology can be applied for another ideology which may be having more appetite at the time. So maybe BLA would switch to Daesh, or Majid Brigade would go to TTP or ISIS. You cannot predict. This is one of the danger, I feel, which lies ahead to Pakistan and the whole region.
Balochistan right now is center of socio-economic development, major recipient of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor projects over there. And then there are so many mines exploration, including gold exploration, and Rekodik project is there. Then massive network of roads and everything is there. So what would you like to say, since you hail from Balochistan, sense of deprivation is being propagated?
This is a very simplistic assessment, unfortunately sometimes supported, propagated, advocated by some liberal analysts or academia who pose that they have got access to gospel truth when it comes to the analysis of a civil unrest situation or a terrorist-led social political situation. that is the unfortunate part, that there is no evidence-based discussion or discourse on this topic, rather some preconceived notions, which is, you may say, are the populist views without any empirical evidence, and they, in a way, are hearsays. And those hearsays are conveyed from one individual to another, and then picked by one organization to another. And no one challenges that and tries to examine the veracity of it. For instance, if I take this deprivation argument that it does apply, I will give an empirical evidence of Shari Baloch, who was the first women suicide bomber. She probably blew herself, the Chinese center in
Karachi incident.
And if you look at her profile, it's quite interesting one. Once this whole narrative is there, that it is alienation, it is deprivation, economic argument applies over there.
True.
And here you have a woman happily married with 2 children,
highly educated,
a loving husband, just a while, a loving husband, and her uncle, that they also argue that political representation have been denied to the people and there are no genuine representative of the people. Her uncle probably was the district Nazim of Gwadar or Turbat, I'm confused between the two. So politically privileged, personal life settled, with 2 children, with a loving husband, and then she blews herself up. Never faced a violence from her.
That was brainwashing, basically.
Well, that is, brainwashing is the eventual consequence. The initial initiation is exercising your own choice. You choose something, and then eventually you get brainwashed, and then you commit such a radical step and become a suicide bomber. So this is a process.
True.
It does not happen that, oh, because Pakistan did not construct a metal road, so Shari became a suicide bomber. This is idiocy, if I may be allowed to suggest such a word for that, because it doesn't make any sense. Or let's suppose they are struggling for some sort of political rights, whatever they may be. There are people struggling in Gilgit-Baltistan for their status to be determined in the constitution of Pakistan for the last 79, 78 years. How many people have they killed? Why not there is a violence over there? Why don't they target other ethnicities who are visiting, maybe Chalas or Gilgit or Hunza or Skardu or whatever? They are peacefully, in a non-violent manner, constantly advocating their political case, their social and economic case, and which has not been addressed, by the way, till now. We are in a status of a federating unit, we are a province, we have got representation and allocation in NFC, we have got equal representation in the Senate and the National Assembly. We became and reached the chief executive's position of the country. I, as a caretaker, Zafrullah Jamali is elected.
Elected Prime Minister, exactly.
Sadiq Sanjarani, despite being in the minority, has remained the longest serving chairman Senate for 2 tenures. Did he add some parliamentary experience, or he was a wizard of the Westminster model of democracy? Did he represent as being the speaker of the Westminster model of UK's assembly? No, this was not the case. His only qualification, the day I also voted for him, along with other 54 and 56 candidates, was that he hails from Balochistan. There was no other reason. He was a novice in politics. He just started his career. That was his first entry into the politics as a member of the Senate of Pakistan. And people like Raza Rabbani and Etizaz Hassan and Ghulam Ishaq Khan, who had a wholesome career, he equated with them on the basis of hailing from Balochistan.
Balochistan.
Good luck to him for 6 years.
True.
Has it been counted? When people say, then for post 1970 or 71, all our chief executives have hailed from Baloch ethnicity. There is no non-Baloch who has been the provincial chief executive.
True.
If then I may bring the Baloch larger ethnicity, the blue-blooded Baloch, Sardar Osman Buzdar, who still speaks fluent Balochi of a very challenging and difficult and pure dialect in the inhabitation of Khoy Suleiman, not a Saraiki-speaking Baloch. He has remained the elected chief executive of the largest province of Punjab, and no one has even questioned or even known his ethnicity. So if there would
He was
have
originally
been,
from Balochistan, Osman Buzdar.
no, he is from Punjab's
True.
province, but by race,
By
he
race.
is more pure a Baloch than 90%
By race.
of the Baloch who reside in the province of Balochistan.
True.
He is Tumandar. That Tumandar, the Lagaris and the Kosas and then the Buzdars, they are the pure Baloch tribes residing in the administrative unit of Punjab.
Punjab. True.
So if Pakistan state had some sort of negative discrimination towards this race, towards this ethnicity, would it be possible to hand over him a position of the chief executive of the largest province, which is by majority inhabited by Punjabi ethnicity? It wouldn't have been possible. So the point I'm elaborating and establishing over here is that the state of Pakistan has got no whatsoever negative discrimination against the Baloch ethnicity or Pashtun ethnicity or Sindhi ethnicity or Punjabi ethnicity in the favorable sense. It's a state with equal citizenry rights. All the citizens have equal rights. Then there are governance challenges which are equally for all the citizens. There are people in the south of Punjab or in the interior of Sindh or in Balochistan, south and north both.
True.
We go day to day from very difficult challenges. Can that rationalize violence? Can that rationalize assassinations? Can that rationalize suicide bombing? And all these appeasers, inadvertently or advertently, who claim to be the scholars of the finest concierge and taste, they should ask themselves. I mean, we are being accused of posing as pseudo-intellectuals. Well, we are not. We do not claim to be intellectuals, but we do claim that we are people with common sense. How can you rationalize violence? I might have 1,000 shortcomings as a political worker or an activist. You may disagree with me, may agree with me. You've got all the right. But no one on God's earth can rationalize violence, and the tool of violence can be transferred to the non-state actors in any nation state in this post-Second World War global order.
If it is true that India is involved using Afghan territory, and there is no new angle that India-Israel nexus is all active in Balochistan, so why don't we tell international community that India is indulged in transnational terrorism in Pakistan? And at a time this all is happening, these 12 cities attack, when there is massive foreign investment in Balochistan.
I don't think so that we are not saying it to the world. It's not just me as an incumbent or in that capacity of caretaker Prime Minister. I think so prior to that and even after that, not just myself, but the entire state apparatus and the government machinery, Foreign Office, diplomats and others, they've been repeatedly saying this as a talking point in their different diplomatic engagements. And as evidence is there for India and its direct involvement over there, that is more focused. And Indians constantly deny that. Their Foreign Office spokesperson recently again refuted the claims, and they are trying to shift it and suggest that we should focus internally. You know, this is in a very well-calibrated diplomatic language. But it's not that we are leaving a void and a space there where we're not responding. There was a dossier prepared during the time of Mr. Yusuf Raza Gilani, which was handed over to Manmohan Singh. So it's a long history.
And later on, there was another dossier.
Then again, so we keep on updating that and doing that. So it's a collective effort.
True.
I don't think so. People are indifferent or they're callous about it. Everyone is focused. All the institutions, the security-related institutions, the intelligence outfits, the Foreign Office, politicians, media personalities, all of them, they're doing this work because this is a national challenge. This is not just challenge of to IG police in Balochistan or to KP. One of the IGFC in either KP or Balochistan, or maybe it's just a direct threat to the 12th Corps commander. No, it's not. It's a national challenge, or to the provincial government, or just to the federal government. This is an armed militant order which wants to discontinue the territorial continuation of the state by the name of Pakistan. Period.
Why Afghan Taliban are not taking any actions against BLA, TTP, these all terrorist groups who are using Afghan territory, getting Indian support?
There is a huge challenge with the Afghan psyche, whether it is the Republic of Afghanistan, so-called, or the Amarat, or whatever they want to call themselves. You know, the central authority in the post-Amir Abdurrahman period, Afghanistan is a very fresh and recent experiment in their history. It's not 10,000 years or 5,000 years old, which is unfortunately at times being misconstrued. It's a very recent experiment, as it was happening of the nation states in the Western Europe post 1850 and 40, the codification or the centralization of the nation state. So there was an attempt on the Afghan side as well. Amir Dost Mohammad Khan, in a blurred way, started that, but the Amir Abdurrahman was actually someone who could be credited him. One can credit him for doing a very serious effort to bring centralization to Afghan nation state.
True.
And since that date till recently, they have failed to do the institutional building and go for the centralized state structure which can be functional throughout its periphery. If you constantly observe, so this is the vulnerability, and this is where they are lacking. And when this is vulnerability, they try to create an jingoistic, egoistic nationalism over there. That ultra-nationalism requires claims to different parts of land, which in history became part of the British Raj, and then when the two dominance of India and Pakistan were divided, that became the continuation of the legitimate part of the dominant known or called as Pakistan.
True.
So in that confusion, whether it's their monarch, whether it's their so-called democratic republic of Sardar Dawood, or then it is the communists, or later on the Mujahideen so-called, and then Taliban, and then again Republic, and then again Taliban. So it's a constant challenge that how do they craft their narrative vis-a-vis Pakistan and give an appetite to their ultra-nationalism.
True.
Which is unrealistic, which is devoid of sense of history, which is poorly crafted, and that's why they create the so-called Durand's line, so-called issue, which is a settled international border as far as Pakistan and the rest of the world is concerned. There is not a single country in the world who says that it is not an international border, not a single one. But they would keep on, and even privately they would agree with you. If you come across any Afghan leadership, they will say, we understand that it's a settled issue, but for our own domestic audience and private audience, we cannot say it publicly. So this is the sort of a dual position which is there. In all this, the current regime, which is now in the position of authority, has to address, because they have been constantly, the people who have been ousted from the government, they were all accused to be the stooge of Pakistan and ISI, in veritable arm of ISI, from the Haqqanis to others, to Quetta Shura. We should not forget that this is the so-called baggage they are containing. Now, which they take it as a baggage, and they try to establish credentials that they are very firm vis-a-vis Pakistan. They are very much nationalistic vis-a-vis Pakistan. So they go an extra mile.
They go an extra mile.
And that extra mile, to address that constituency and gain, if not legitimacy, at least acceptability and acceptance from their own population, they take all these anti-Pakistan posturing. And in that posturing, sometimes if you talk about the TTP, they would, they are our ideological brothers and we have fought together. Okay, fair enough, even if I have to accept this argument, which is not an argument at all. But what about the BLA? Did you fight alongside them as well? No, they were on the side of the Republic. They were on the side of Karzai and Ashraf Ghani and the rest. So why provide the refuge to the BLA militants and their fighters? So then you realize that they want to address the appetite for that constituency and to appear quite belligerent towards Pakistan and get strength and support from their own population. They are unable to govern them properly. They cannot address their economic issues and requirements. So this one antagonism towards Pakistan could be sold for a while to their own population. They don't accept the so-called international border according to them because for a reason that, it was drawn by the Britishers. So if I may be allowed, if they don't get offended, what about the borders between Uzbekistan and Tajikistan and Iran of the current day Afghan map? Were they crafted during Hazrat Khalid bin Walid's reign or during Hazrat Umar's reign or by the Abbasi caliphs or by the Umayyads or Abbasis or Ottomans or the Safavids? They were crafted by the British Empire as well.
Exactly, British Empire, not
and
that
British
old.
Empire had an agreement with the Tsarist Russia that this beyond Central Asia, the current Central Asia, which is all the Tan's 5 states, modern nation states, that Tsarist Russia or then later on Soviets would not go beyond this buffer zone of Afghanistan to create an influence. And the British Empire would also treat that as a buffer zone. So Afghanistan became the buffer zone and they created the map of that buffer zone. It is not out of the referendum of common Afghan people, or it is not the product of Afghan nationalism or Pashtun nationalism, or what about Tajik or Turkmen and Uzbek? They all they did not participate in a referendum that, okay, this is the new Afghanistan from today on, we all accept it. But they agree to all those drawn lines by the British Empire, but they have got one issue with Pakistan. They don't have the same issue with Iran, though Iran probably has the claim on Iraq. I don't know whether they officially do or not.
And what is that issue with Pakistan?
That they claim that the areas between Jhelum to Bolan is all part of greater Afghanistan. This is all nonsense. So that is where I think the whole problem lies. And for the people of Afghanistan, for the people of Pashtun is the largest group, not in Afghanistan in terms of its demography. Its largest presence is in the state of Pakistan.
Pashtun's largest presence, Balochistan, KP, Karachi, Punjab,
and
everywhere.
The largest city of Pashtuns is not Kabul, not Kandahar, not Quetta, not Peshawar, it's Karachi.
Karachi, exactly.
Right? And their largest presence is in the state of Pakistan.
True.
And they have gone through a continuous experiment of earlier living under British Raj, under British colony, then later on in an independent Pakistan. So you may see thousands of khataks who have served in the British military and they have received their Victoria Cross or other awards from the British military. It's not just modern day Pakistan that Pakistan military is filled with these two ethnicities. It was the British military which gathered people from the so-called martial race from Jhelum to Chakwal belt and then the KP side. So they have assimilated themselves, they have integrated themselves, they have social, economic, political stakes in this country of Pakistan. They have got their emotional investment.
True.
And once you start having an emotional investment, none of the children born over here who identify themselves either with Kandahar or Kabul.
True.
Have you seen any Pashtun nationalist child either going or attending a school in Kabul or Kandahar? But there are 100,000 who wants to attend a school in Islamabad,
In Islamabad.
in Lahore,
Karachi.
in Karachi Grammar, or anywhere,
Exactly.
wherever they get a good opportunity. Because their future lies here.
Lies. True.
Because their generational future lies here. They want to have a plot in F6, not in Wazir Akbar Khan, Kabul.
What is the strength of this BLA and Majid Brigade? Numerical strength. So is this all coming from India? Two parts. One, their numerical strength, their military camps, training. How much is that? How much budget they are getting from India? Please share this for our viewers.
Numerical strength is not that big.
Not that big.
No, not at all. Right. Demographically, it's about 12 to 13 million people in Balochistan. If you take half of the population, which is 40% Pashtun, 10% settlers in others, so the remaining 50% is Baloch. And in that, my own, I don't have a statistical data, it's my
But
assessment.
a rough statistics.
Yeah, it's my, just for the clarification of your audience,
True.
that I'm relying on my assessment. I'm not
True.
claiming that I've got scientific data behind me, whatever I'm suggesting or saying. The real foot soldier or the foot fighter or the terrorist, how do you explain or describe him, could be between 2 to 3, at max 4,000.
Maximum 4,000.
Yes, who are spreaded in the different vicinity of the province, throughout the province.
True.
Then there definitely is an ecosystem of the logistics support.
That
There
is
are
very
people
important. Exactly.
who are sympathizing with them, not out of the commitment to cause. Some have got kith and kin relations. Some of them are not even that much educated to do or pass a judgment on a political position. They identify themselves with the same language. So whatever information they receive, they have created a comfort zone of their ecosystem and they are okay with it. And the state is not challenging their position if they are supplying them arms, if they are supplying them with ration, with edible items or whatever. This ecosystem has faced a sort of a leniency from the state side, who do not see them as an active participants,
True.
as fighters. So, despite knowing of their support base, there has been a leniency. So there would be about 6,000-7,000 people, maybe at max.
Max.
Right? There are shopkeepers, there are
Facilitators.
facilitators, you know.
Exactly.
So you are talking, and then there are neutral spectators who are just observing this whole situation, this what is going on. Never ever in history a population has always been on the side of their rulers. I mean, if you go to the history, one king fight against another king would be the fight between the regimes, not the fight between the population. So that's why when the new king would take over by defeating the existing king, the population will seek allegiance to the new king.
New king.
That we are quite okay. So this is the general psyche of the population. They're willing to put allegiance to the new ruling elite. So people suggesting that, oh, all population is on their side, it's absurd. Population is usually with the winning side, whosoever wins.
Exactly.
Right?
True.
So population in that sense does not even count. And that does not mean that I'm suggesting that we should remain indifferent to them. But what I'm saying that as an actual player and participant, it is the non-state actors and the state actors who are in the contest and they want domination. So the population is stuck between the two and they remain spectators and they just observe which side is winning. So they try to switch and affiliate themselves with the winning side. No one wants to be on the losing side. This is the current situation, in my opinion.
So recently, another step was taken by Balochistan government abolishing A and B area. All it has been declared all A area, and levies have been merged with police. To what extent this measure will help in maintaining law and order and security?
It is a process and a right step in the right direction. The policing and the counterterrorism department, CTD of the police would require a lot of time, investment, resource to take on this challenge.
True.
So it has started, but we should give it some time.
So finally, what is the future of Balochistan? So usually we discussed all things, all issues. What is the way out? What is the strategy politically? Kinetic operations are to be continued, or at the same time political approach needed? What strategies?
Well, when people say or suggest political approach, what actually they mean, they don't even know themselves. If there would have been a political demand like from GB that we should have a representation in Senate.
Exactly.
That could be taken care of.
They have already Balochistan representation in Senate.
So what is the political demand? If there is an additional...
Angry Sardars.
Forget
Bengals.
about it. What is anger? What is anger is about? Do they want to increase the ratio of NFC? Do they want to increase the political representation in the National Assembly or Senate? Do they want to increase the political representation? They want to bring the local government? The North Americans resisted the British Empire and they said no taxation without representation. Give us the representation, then we'll give you tax. What is the demand over here, right? There is only one demand.
There is only one demand.
And that political demand is that we will break away Pakistan and we'll take out and crave out from its geography a new country. So if...
That is not at all accepted.
I mean, there is no need even to ask such a question. Is 240 million people willing to withdraw from its home because 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 individuals have become violent, they've become terrorists, and they're intimidating us, and they want us to be frightened, and out of fear, we surrender. This is the way. Is this the way for any dignified nation?
Not at all.
They want to fight. We are not warmonger, but if they want to fight, welcome. Nobody is shying away from it. There is no cowardice on the part of the state institutions, the nation of Pakistan. We know we're going to suffer, but we certainly know we're going to win.
The intelligence agencies, NACTA, so you referred about CTD and these all. What needs to be done at the state level? Because it was a deadly attack on Saturday. So people express
they will revisit their tactical approach and will become...
institutions you are referring to.
Yes, of course. And it will be incorporated as a future strategy of their thinking. So all these things are, I think, so part and parcel of the process in which people would be already thinking.
Thank you so much indeed,
Thank you.
Mr. Anwaar, former Prime Minister.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
For sharing your strategic vision and thoughts about what could be done in Balochistan, what exactly is happening, what is the political strategy that is needed to address the issues in Balochistan. Thank you so much. Despite your busy schedule, you spared time and participated in our program. Dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.